So let's hear about some success stories, maybe some examples so that people can really kind of get it into their heads exactly how it works.
Okay, yeah, perfect. So, recently sold deals, is that what you're after?
Yeah, something like that. That'd be lovely.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay, so let me just have a look here. So we just tied up one. We've exchanged on this property. Let me just bring it up here so I've got all the details. So we were just having a chat before, weren't we, Emma? So we've
Yeah.
just got we're hopefully going to go for a Manchester probate portfolio. So that's quite a big one. That's not the norm. That doesn't come up very often, but 14 properties in Manchester. We should be
Wow.
getting that one under offer soon. But this one is exchanged yesterday. So it was one in Dudley, and that was a three-bedroom. So just like you said, they and three bed, by the way, has always been my sweet spot. I found if people ask me, what's the what deals sell really quickly on Sitefindr, what do investors want? I will always default to, just get something below market value for whatever reason, like you said, a three bed, be it terraced, semi-detached. It always goes down well because you know that when you come to do whatever with it, whether you want to rent it out, flip it on, there's going to be a market for a three bed all day in, day out, whichever area. So anyway, this one in Dudley, market price 210. We've sold that on for 125. So it does need refurb, this one. It is a probate and it's been empty for 13 years.
Oh my
13 years. I
gosh.
had to clean my ears a bit when when I heard that. But the story behind it is crazy. But anyway, it's been vacant for 13 years. It needs a
I
heck
hope they're
work.
going to use the no use empty funding that's bound to be available.
Yeah, exactly. I hope so. Yeah, yeah. So we had we don't really do viewings that much, but we did manage to get viewings for this one, and it just sold straight away because it makes sense, doesn't it? It's
Yeah.
just a no-brainer. So that was one. But these are the sort of deals that, we love. Like you said, quick, easy, 20% or more, as much as possible below market value, but with a minimum of 20%. Flips, buy, refurbish, rent, refinance, or just stuff. I think also a big trend nowadays is just stuff that's up and running. People are really like a big buzzword right now is social housing providers, that it's just up and running with a social housing provider, but it's got a nice chunk below market value. You get your arm bitten off for that. And then what else went recently? So the Dudley, oh yeah, and then we sold one in Telford. Hayward was a good one actually. Hayward was, so that's like Greater Manchester. That was again ready-made two-bedroom house. Market price, it wasn't a crazy deal as the other one, but it's still good. 165,000 market price, sold for 112. So still really
Brilliant.
good deal in that one. The same guy. So that we talked about this power of getting one deal across the line, right? Then you just get your confidence and so this guy, Rick, he did one deal for one of our investors. Now we know exactly what that investor's appetite is, and he keeps just giving in the same area, same type of deal, just keeps going and going. And he's just getting these kind of 2.5, 3,000, 3,500 just shot at him and building up his pipeline. I
Yeah.
think it's all about that and not losing hope. It might take you 10 times to upload a property. He actually got a few rejected by us, and we did give him quick feedback, but he does know what he's doing. So he could quickly adjust himself, and now he knows what he's doing. He's got the ball rolling. So
But
brilliant
that
one
is,
there.
as you say, that's such a mindset thing. We have so many
Mm,
people like shiny penny syndrome, they jump from one thing to the other. But actually, if
yes.
you can really get great at one thing, you're
Mm,
going to do really well. But
mm,
it's when something slightly goes wrong and we start doubting ourselves, we get that imposter syndrome, we start being fearful. Oh, I'll try something else. And all of that time and effort has been wasted because you were so nearly there. You were like a centimeter from mining for gold, and you were literally just nearly there, and you just
mm.
left it for the next person to come along. They do one tiny chip, and suddenly all the gold's there. So yeah,
And
I
you know
love.
what? I still get it myself, Emma.
Mm,
I still have
me
lots of
too.
doubts. I've been doing this for such a long time, and all kind of barriers down here. I still doubt, a lot. And we've got this big. I'll call, the word is thinking of pressure, but I hate to call it that. But
Mm,
there is pressure because we have our standards are that we will not accept deals below a certain ROI or below a certain percentage of below market value level, that we have to stay strong to that. Now there's that versus we just want to get sales done. We want to help people. We want to get these deal sources. We don't want to let them down. We want to get investors in. There's that kind of ambition versus, stay strong to what we're about. And that can sometimes be quite, the two sides can conflict. And I'll give you an example. Okay, so I will not let any deal go through to the portal until it's gone through my team of qualifying, right? But then I still get lots of good deals sent to me. So I've started, just quickly DD them myself, and I put one deal out just to test it. I'd quickly gone over it. And I mean, I know my qualifications, I know how to do it, but I've trained my team up. That's what they're there for. And we sold a deal it was under offer within a few days because I'd just quickly gone through it, understood that, yeah, this is it. It makes sense. But I think from the mindset perspective for that, it was, if it doesn't stack as quickly as that, it's probably not a deal. If you're banging your head too hard against the wall, it's probably not a deal in the first place. And that deal sold. It was a 3-bedroom bungalow in Tamworth, so just north of Birmingham. And that one went, I haven't got the figures in front of me for that one, but yeah, it went pretty quick. But sometimes you've just got to, your back of envelope DD is going to be good enough for yourself. Yeah.
And just to confirm, because you've mentioned some kind of, up country properties. So presumably you are selling properties all over England and Wales.
Yes.
So north, south, east, west.
Everywhere. Yeah.
Everywhere. Fantastic. Well, you guys have literally achieved, I think, something really incredible in Sitefindr. I really do. But sort of moving on this mindset, how has that played a role for you in overcoming obstacles and building this success?
Sorry, rephrase the question for me, please. We're going to have to
cough?
Cut that bit out. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, we have to clap now. So you and have achieved something really incredible with Sitefindr, but you've sort of talked about all the fabulous things about it. It's really great, but I'm sure you've had some obstacles along the way in building this success. How have you coped with your mindset to help you overcome those obstacles?
Yeah, there have been a lot of obstacles throughout in any business that you start. I think always the first year that you face a lot of mindset obstacles. And I think it's really being around the right people, I think was the biggest one for me. Biggest one. Don't shut yourself away, wondering what should I do, how do I overcome these things? It really is being part of a strong community that have the same goals and the same ambitions as you. So for example, we're part of some mastermind groups. We're fortunate enough to be part of some of our partners in property are well known and respected in this space. So we've been fortunate to attend their events when they network, when they have their large events that they celebrate throughout the year. We're invited to them as guests, which we're very, very humbled by. And I think that really keeps you going. You understand why you're doing what you do. And just that some of the things, like what our mentor, who's also our business partner, when he says things sometimes, or when I bring up my doubts and my issues or whatever I'm struggling with mentally, I realize I've probably blown it up out of proportion than it was in the first place. The way it depends who you're talking to about yourself, who you surround yourself by, and that really has an impact to how you perceive your issues after. So yeah, I think a lot of the obstacles that we faced in the first year of both businesses actually were I wouldn't say removed, but made clearer. The results were made clearer by the people we surround ourselves by. And then the more you do, the more people appreciate what you do.
Nice.
And then you hear people's response to, I think when you're putting out there that you really want to help, because Sitefinder is really made to help. It's it's all about you win, we win. That was the we decided that from the get-go. We're not going to have like a monthly subscription from day one. We're not going to try and take upfront fee. It's got to be a win-win model. So people can really see that we want to help you. There's a full incentive of help here, and will grow with your success. So that was the idea from day one. And when we based ourselves like that, you hear people's responses, you understand that they get it, they want to be part of it all, and it grows. You know, if there's a genuine want to help, I think it will flourish. I think that has to be at the core of every business. And someone in the property space said to me that, look, we're all, as long as you see yourself in kind of one long line of people, you're trying to keep up with the people in front of you and help the people behind you. I think it's a really nice way of seeing stuff. And then yeah, I think just all the masterminds, the partnerships, the people involved with, they give you the confidence and the support to keep going through the tough times.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, I love that. Helping follow, aspiring to be the people in front and then helping those behind. That's really
Nice way to
beautiful.
see it. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And also you talked about, other people perhaps putting things into perspective. And I think sometimes when we're just in our own heads, we can, as you said, we can sort of make it a much bigger issue. And actually, when we break it down into what we're thinking, what we're feeling, what we're doing, and just very rationally kind of look at that, then sometimes it's like, oh yeah, it's actually not that bad. It's almost like, isn't it, sometimes a problem shared, suddenly the reality of it is like, oh, it's actually not that bad, or somebody else has experienced that. And that's what I love. I absolutely love masterminding,
Yeah.
is there's pretty much never something that's happened to you that hasn't happened to someone else.
Hmm.
And you can really learn from that. And even if it's a completely different business, and I love masterminding with, non-property businesses as well,
Hmm.
because it's just totally, it's like, oh, does that happen in your industry too? Oh, well,
Yeah.
that's good. And we're all learning and supporting. So I think that's, yeah, really great. So where do you sort of see Sitefinder going forward, sort of next 5 years? Do you have an ultimate vision for the platform?
Yeah, absolutely. So we want to portfolio build starting this year. So we really want to build our portfolio through Sitefinder. We've got very clear strategies as to what we want. We're looking for, short lease stuff and lease options, and we'll just buy as many as we can, basically, and work with our army of deal sources to do this. So they love it. They're getting the ball rolling. They know what we want. So it's exactly the same thing, what we're doing for all our investors, we're doing for ourselves as well. Again, practicing what we preach. So that's a big goal for us. We're building new products around Sitefinder as well. So we've got Become Compliant, which is helping all our deal sources to get going, really. We've noticed that this is a massive blocker for a lot of people. It's stressful, it's time consuming, they don't know where to start. There's all this AML and HMRC registrations, ICO, and we've just created a product that can get them up and running really quickly. And hopefully Hav can come join you another day to speak to you more about that. But that's going. So we really want to help more people to get compliant quicker, easily, all above board, and become ethical, professional deal sources. We want to do this professionally. We want everyone that joins us to be professional property entrepreneurs, buying the deals they want, selling the deals that they don't want, and really scaling up their business. So that's a big goal for us to kind of help more people get compliant and get cracking, selling deals. We're going to be launching, hopefully in the next month or so, proof of funds, which is another big blocker to get people securing deals. So that's another thing that we're going to be launching. So it's really just doing more, selling more deals, building our own portfolio, and helping more people to remove the blockers to selling and buying deals.
Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, no, I really think that the route that you're going down is just fantastic. And as you spoke about, you have revolutionized also like my mentoring. So people are coming on board, they talk about doing deal sourcing and they say, oh, I've got to go off and do loads of networking and find all these investors. And then I've got to go and spend 60 hours viewing all these properties. And I'm like, no, literally all you need is Sitefindr, property filter, and you are set. You barely have to go out your house. You know, you can really become an absolute expert. I'm not saying that we're not going to be building relationships and doing all those things, but for people to get going, and now that you're doing the be compliant as well, that is so helpful because when people are early in their journey, we just don't, there's so much that you don't know, and you don't know that you don't know it as well. And once you start going down the sort of the compliance route, it's a lot to take on, and it's usually at the beginning of this kind of journey. So yeah, you guys are absolutely smashing all those
Yeah.
blockers and just getting them out of the way. So yeah, good on you guys. I mean,
Yeah, the idea is just get people running. Everybody wants to, get the ground running, generating this income from either deal sourcing or start adding to their property portfolio by buying. And yeah, that there's so many things out there that can, take 6 months or so to get you up and running. And there's no need for it. There's no need for it to be so stressful. And this is a solution, and it's nice to see that people, it's nice that the results, everyone's very happy, when they find that, they don't have to be involved in all this tedious stuff, because just talking about compliance could put me to sleep. It's so boring. It's so boring. It's not fun. It's that you just want to get on with it, get it done and dusted. And I think it's just it's nice that we can give people a solution to that. Yeah,
And that is
absolutely.
totally, again, around your mindset, knowing that it can be easier, it can be simpler,
Mm.
there can be a solution to these blockers. And you guys have gone out and put absolute yourself out there to create that. Obviously, it's great for you guys, but on the back of that, as you said, you're absolutely helping so many other people along the way. So, yeah, from myself, I want to say a huge thank you because honestly, it's helping so many of the people that I'm helping, and it's really rewarding. And you've done so much for them as well. So, yeah, I want to say a huge thank you for being who you are, but equally for creating this fantastic site.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, Emma. Thank you
What
very
an
much.
incredible lady and partner with Have as well to have created this incredible site that Reshma and Have created there. I absolutely love it. So please, guys, do go and have a look. It can help so many people. It's sitefinder.co.uk/Emma Howitt. So remember, it's finder without the E, so it goes DR. Go and look that up. So do remember, property success isn't just about what you do, it's about how you think. When you combine a strong strategy with an unstoppable mindset, there's no limit to what you can achieve. So do reflect on this episode today and do consider, is there something in there? I hope you're definitely going to go and jump on Sitefinder and go and see if you're wanting to find properties or perhaps sell the properties that don't quite work for you, but that definitely work for somebody else. So that can help you get towards your property goal. So again, if you know anyone who's maybe struggling in their property journey, please do share this episode. It could be the game changer that they need. So do remember that the more people that we help in life, the greater our own wealth is. And that's in every sense of the word. So growing this community means growing the potential we all have to succeed together. And finally, your mindset is your greatest property. Keep building it.